A person addressing their issues with alcohol once and for all can be the biggest impact on a criminal case. My name is Jamahl Kersey, and I'm the principal attorney at Kersey Law, a boutique criminal defense firm. And in this video, we're talking about how a person addressing their alcoholism can have a big positive impact on their criminal case. So let's face it, we all know that one person who might be a great guy otherwise. He's a great husband, great father to his children, might even be your best friend. And he's otherwise a great person, but when he drinks alcohol, he can turn into a monster. And it's usually when a person ends up facing criminal charges that they've hit rock bottom. The alcoholism has been a problem for many years, and now it's hit a point where it's getting him into trouble with the law. And that's when, you reach out to a criminal defense attorney and you're hoping to do everything that you can to avoid a conviction and ideally avoid jail time. So in this situation, addressing the issue with alcohol can be the most impactful thing about the case, because the reality is being drunk and doing something stupid like hitting your wife or, being abusive, that's not an excuse. So it's not a legal justification. Oh, I was drunk. I didn't mean to do it because I was drunk. But what can happen is figuring out, well, what are the underlying issues that is leading the person to drink, or otherwise is opening the door to the person engaging in this behavior. So again, if they're just a normal person when they're sober, but when they drink is when these things spiral out of control, then there's going to be underlying issues with that. And if we can have the client either do self-help, enroll in AA classes, do therapy to be able to address those issues, one of the main things that both a DA and a judge are going to be concerned with is, how do we keep this thing from happening again, right? So we recognize that this person had too much to drink and ended up committing some offenses that they're embarrassed about, very ashamed of, and really don't want to happen again. But if they're not in control when they drink, then the risk, if they get drunk again, is that this thing is going to happen again. So if we can address the issue with the alcohol, most adults are perfectly fine with having a drink from time to time. When it's time to stop, they stop. But unfortunately for some people, once they have that first drink, they can't stop, even if they want to. And a lot of times they'll do things that they forget the next day. They'll do things that they would never in their wildest dreams do when they're sober. And that's a problem. But if we can address that issue, if we can, if the person has to pledge sobriety, then that's what they have to do, because the alternative is going to jail, having your family fall apart, having your children, not love you anymore, and being estranged from your children. This thing can really get off the rails. And by the time you have criminal defense attorneys in the picture, it's nearing too late. So one of the biggest things that we can do is get our clients the help that they need in order to address these issues and ultimately be able to prove to the DA and to the judge that something like this is an anomaly. It'll never happen again. And that can be the biggest thing to help us in some instances get a case dismissed or be able to put them in the best possible position to get the best deal given the circumstances. If you're watching this video, you might just be interested in how we can use self-help to get the best deal for our clients. But you may be in a situation where you or someone is facing criminal charges. If that's the case, I will have a link below that you can click, and that will give you information on how you can get in contact with us. Well, if you got something out of this, please hit the like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification button so you never miss a new video when it drops. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.